What's a cleanup strategy that I've been using with my own kids lately that will cost you nothing but yield more time? Stay tuned and listen to this episode to find out what I'm doing. You're listening to Upcycling with Deb. I'm your host, Deb Colameta. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook at Deb Colameta, or you can go to my website, thedebsite.com. I hope you'll go there and download your free guide on how to responsibly get rid of your things, your extra things. Kids are kids. They love having little gadgets and things that they get at birthday parties and all these little things that contribute to the clutter. First of all, I have no problem throwing away anything that comes in a goodie bag or is part of a fast food meal toy that they get as a prize. Anything like that, if they're not looking at it and I've been moving it around and it's sitting in random places in the house, I have no problem just disposing of that or kind of getting rid of that and encouraging the kids to do that as well, making sure that they're developing that skill of knowing when to throw things away. When is it okay to throw it away? And I have to say, for the most part, my kids do a pretty good job of keeping their rooms clean. Mainly because they tend to play in other places or hang out in other places in the home. They'll either spend time outside or in an area where we have more of their toys and sometimes they're just home doing homework or out at sports, but their rooms stay pretty clean for the most part. And so maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, I'll go through the room and just kind of eyeball it, and I'll pull things from places that are kind of like misfiled, and I will put them in one location. So here is the tip. I have been using a tray, and I call it the put away tray. The put away tray. Now, you can find a tray at the Dollar Tree or at a discount store. Just something, doesn't have to be too heavy duty. It's a serving tray. And you're basically serving them their clutter that they need to be putting away. So as I go through, if there's like little cars on the floor or things that they might have put on a bureau that don't belong there, or a chapstick or whatever, when I'm doing that like once or twice a month cleanup of their room or getting it ready for the house cleaner to come over and clean, I'll kind of throw those extra odds and ends onto the tray. And then it doesn't get vacuumed up, it doesn't get stepped on, it doesn't get broken. And then I'll take that tray and kind of put it on their bed, and then they're responsible for putting away whatever's on the tray, the put away tray. So yes, you can get one at a discount store. It doesn't have to be fancy. You could color coordinate it with their room. Or if you want bonus points, I actually have serving trays that are heavy duty plastic, melamine, or just plastic serving trays that I've gotten over the years. So if you've got all these extra trays lying around, you're certainly not using them to serve up those big holiday dinners, what's wrong with using one of those trays? Just repurpose that and use that as your put away tray. Now, I thought about giving it a different name, but I feel that the put away tray is more appropriate to tell my children. But mentally, when I am carrying the put away tray, I really think of it more as a crap trap. Now, some friends I know, they don't stop and do the intercession step of putting it on a tray and asking the kids to like deal with that extra clutter or make some choices on it. So if you have something that's been hanging out in the tray and you keep finding it and it's kind of driving you crazy, maybe it's something fragile or something that they need to get rid of or whatever. If you're repetitively finding it in odd places, maybe it's time to just get rid of it. Maybe they don't know what they need it for. Maybe they don't need it anymore. So if you're done with the put away tray, you could actually take it to the next level and put that excess that nobody knows what to do with, put it in that bucket. I choose to call it a chuck it bucket, which means if it's in this space and you're not using it, you don't care about it, you haven't asked about it, I'm going to chuck it. But other friends name it something else. So we'll just leave it at that. So I encourage you to use a put away tray or a crap trap for your kids to get them into the idea of putting away their things and refiling things and making decisions about how can I keep this place from just becoming overwhelmed with those little tchotchke things. What can I throw away? What just doesn't have meaning to me? Or on the flip side, if you find a piece of nice jewelry and it's sitting on the floor, where can I put it that it's in a safe spot, that it's not going to get vacuumed up or thrown away? Keeping your space clean, knowing how to manage your space, and one day you'll manage an apartment, one day you'll manage a house. All of these are important life skills. And while I'm not going to be too obsessive about what they keep and what they toss, again, not a minimalist here. Nobody's going to accuse me of being a minimalist. I do think it's important that we have a certain amount of order in our home. That's when things get lost. When we have these things and we're in a rush and we kind of throw them where they shouldn't be, we start to lose things. And we need to have it so that, we have that order in the room, and then we have that order in our minds and our thinking. It makes it easier. If you're, always scrambling, looking for something, you're looking for your chapstick, you're looking for your keys, everything should kind of have a spot where it goes. If things get unorganized, the put it away tray helps to let your child do a reset. So you're helping them, and then their responsibility is to notice what's on the put away tray and to kind of clear it. And if they don't get to it every day, not a big deal, because you're not tripping over the stuff. You can kind of move it easily if you need to until they have time to really mindfully put it away. Because it doesn't really help if they just take it off the tray and put it, back in front of the books on the bookshelf or on their bureau or someplace where it shouldn't be. But it helps them to develop that independence. And then you don't have to be nagging people to clean up their room. They take pride in their space. They have organization that helps them not to lose things, and everybody wins. So I hope you'll try that tip with your family and let me know how it goes. Thank you for listening to this episode. I hope you'll go to my website, thedebsite.com, and get your free downloadable guide.